Couple of days ago, the Home Office released new figures on the number of applications across different visa categories, and it's quite evident that the UK no longer needs immigrants. Based on the figure released by the Home Office, it shows a massive decrease in the number of work visa applications. So most people are not really taking or no longer seeing the UK as a destination country to work. So there's a massive decrease both in the number of applications for main applicants and dependent via the work visa route. Now, this is the same with also the student visa route. Also, there's been a massive decrease in the number of students applying to study here in the United Kingdom. Now, the drop started from August 2023 and it's been on the low since then till date. Yeah, this is the reality at the moment, and this is as a result of some of the policies being implemented by the Conservative Party and the fact that the Labour Party is also going in that direction, not fully in support of all the policies made by the Conservative Party. However, most of those policies being implemented as you know are actually going to remain the same, and this has resulted to the decrease in the number of applications across different visa categories. But the thing now is that it looks like the government is trying to implement certain strategy to help manage this decreasing number, and the plan they're putting in place is not something that will yield a result in the next couple of months. It's a long-term plan, and yeah, let's see what people have to say about just different policies and how it's going to affect immigrants here in the United Kingdom. Based on a recent news published, it says that the number of overseas workers, students, and their family applying for visas to come to the UK has fallen by a third over the last 12 months. Now, the sharp decline follows rule changes introduced by the Conservative government, which banned most international students and health and social care workers from bringing in family to the UK. So this is not in news. Everyone is aware of the fact that students can no longer bring in dependent if you're coming for a master's program. This exception is only for those who are currently studying, as PhD students. They are exempted at the moment. But the thing is, I've been seeing a lot of people, share certain information on news that um, healthcare workers are now allowed to bring independence. And I'm here to tell you categorically, based on the information still on gov.uk, that news is false. Healthcare workers are still not allowed to bring in their dependent, especially if they are on the occupation code, um, you know, that are exempted from bringing independence. So yeah, there's quite a number of people that are still allowed to, those that have been on the visa before the policy was implemented, or those who got a job in the health and care space that is not under those two occupation code that are banned. So yeah, that's just a reality at the moment. So yeah, this whole decline is based on or is due to those policies that were introduced by the Conservative government. Now, provisional figures from the Home Office suggest the number of migrants and their family members applying for the visa fell from about 141,000 in July 2023 to 91,000 last month, which is July 2024. Now, this particular big drop in number applying for health and care visa, which dropped by 80% to 2,900. I mean, 80% drop. And this is what the policies, were expected to achieve to reduce the number of people coming to the UK, to reduce net migration. And I think it's actually working. Now, the Home Office said it will ensure we train our homegrown workforce and address the shortage of skills. A spokesperson for the department said that migration brought many benefits to the UK, but it must be controlled and delivered through a fair system. So yeah, even though they acknowledge the fact that migration is a good thing, they feel that the number is getting too high and becoming a bit ridiculous, and they're a bit worried, and they feel there's a need for them to do something to reduce this whole net migration situation, which is why some of those policies were implemented in the first place. Now, an executive co-chairman of the National Care Association said the sector have started to see some staff return home or move to countries with a less hostile environment and immigration. So it looks like most of these employers are beginning to see that people are moving to other countries um, That's for those who are already in the UK, and those who are planning to come into the UK are no longer even coming to the UK because they've decided to opt to other countries that are less strict, or or provide more friendly environment for immigration. Now, speaking to the BBC Radio today, um, she said if we had a domestic workforce willing to work, then we wouldn't need this international recruits. She added it would take a few years to build up a domestic workforce, and warned that vacancies in the sector could rise to unsustainable levels. And this is really evident. If you go online now, there are lots of care assistant roles out there, and this is expected to go on the rise or increase, drastically in the next couple of months. Now, the reduction in international students applying for visas could also hurt universities already facing financial pressure. The Migration Observatory says the decline in student visa application could partly be down to country specific factors such as the Nigeria currency crisis. So yeah, they're claiming that um, the major reason for the decrease in the number is not just the number of policies being implemented affecting prospective international students. They're also claiming that it's probably due to the currency situation of some of those countries with increased number of international applicants. Now, new rules introduced by the former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak in a bid to reduce migration level down from record high also appear to have caused a decline in visa application. In 2022, legal net migration soared to 764,000 but fell by 10% the following year. The Office of National Statistics says it was too early to say if this is the start of the downward trend. So yeah, that's looking at how the overall number of the overall net migration, if it's really really reducing or is still too early to actually come to that conclusion. Now, in 2021, the immigration rules for care workers had been relaxed to ease recruitment problems following Brexit. 2 years later, then the then Home Secretary James Cleverly announced that the government would ban care workers from bringing family dependents to the UK as part of the effort to reduce migration. Now, that came from a previously announced ban on most overseas workers bringing dependents with them. Visa issued to student dependents has risen dramatically from 16,000 in 2019 to 135,000 in 2022. That's mental. Now, the government also increased the minimum salary for skilled overseas workers wanting to come to the UK from 26,200 down to 30,700. As a skilled worker, applicants need to get a 70 points under the points system introduced in 2020. Points can be gained in different ways, including by having a job offer in a sector with shortage occupation or holding a PhD. The Migration Observatory think tank said the Home Office most recent data did not demonstrate any clear impact from the higher salary threshold. The previous government had also proposed raising the salary someone would need to earn to bring family to the UK from 18,600 to 38,700. Following a backlash, it reduced the threshold to 29,000 and said further increase would be introduced at an unspecified date. Last month, the Home Office Secretary said the new Labour government would keep the threshold at 29,000 until a review was made by the Migration Advisory Committee was completed. So yeah, that's really the situation of things. To be honest, it looks like the UK no longer needs immigrants at the moment, and this is not a new thing. It's something that's happened so many years. In the past also, when the government gets the number of immigrants they need to manage their short occupation, they become a bit strict, and when things go out of hand again, they also open their border. So yeah, that's really the situation of things. They've gotten too many people here in the UK already, and they're looking at managing their ensuring border control. And I'm sure by the time they experience massive shortage of occupation also, there's high possibility that they're going to, make or introduce new policies that will be a little bit immigration friendly. So yeah, that's the situation of things in terms of the need of immigrants, here in the United Kingdom. And if you have any question or have any contrary thought or opinion, please state in the comment section. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, do also hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And by returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.